Right? No girls rules. Take it to hell with my curse. And tell all the other damn souls that Victor Shapiro means business!
Everything was quiet. Dead quiet. Like all the noise had been sucked away. So this was the occupational hazard of a private investigator. A hole in the head where my ear was supposed to be. Bastard bit it off clean. All I could hear were the gunshots roaring inside my head. The cops must have found my PI's license because they asked me if I'd been working on a case. I told them I hadn't seen the guy before. They wrote his name was Johnny Marchetta, one of Ray Scalesi's punks, which was news to me. They asked me if I knew why he'd bitten it off. I told them no. I didn't know then. It was something in the Marchetta blood. I am deaf. Why? The bastard in the alley only got one ear. Will I have to learn Braille? I'm not such a big reader anyway. The doctor gave me the name of a psychiatrist who he said might be able to help me hear. Yeah, probably his brother-in-law. I was just happy to get out of the bone house. Then when I was 11, I spent my first summer at Camp Theodore Herzl. Had my first kiss. Mimsy Kappelstein. Brown hair, blue eyes, mouth like a tank trap. I had braces at the time. She bit them right off. And then my father told me at the age of 8 that Mount Rushmore was a natural formation. Wind erosion, he said. And that geologists were out combing the Rockies for future presidents. And then there was the time I almost drowned in the Muscatatic River. Must have been about 8. I guess this won't mean much to you unless you're familiar with the Fargo area. You ever been there? Hey! I couldn't afford to lie around like a deadbeat until my hearing came back, so I started going into my office in the morning. I didn't want to be staring off into space when a client walked in. I stared at that door for 3 days before it opened. She looked maybe 30, but it's hard to tell with fat people. Sheesh. Still, she could get someone to make out they loved her, which is more than I ever did. Lady, I don't hear a word you're saying. Had a little accident a couple weeks ago. Got my ear bit off by this bastard named Marchetta. I'm deaf, but I'm a perfectly good investigator, so you write down whatever it is you want done, and I'll get right on it. My fee, $100 a day plus expenses with an itemized bill and receipts. If I don't produce a receipt, you don't pay for the expense. Overhead is my headache. So if you just want to... I'd handled that one all wrong. Some people have no feeling for the handicapped. I'd expected better from someone who was no prize herself.
This is Victor Shapiro. My secretary is out at the moment, and I am temporarily deaf. You can contact me in person, or you can leave a message, which my secretary will transcribe when she returns.
Truth in advertising sure didn't help business. After 2 more weeks of waiting, I figured I'd be grateful for anything. So what finally comes in? Terrific.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look, you realize I'm hearing impaired? So, how do we communicate? Come in. Mister, that ain't no English I ever heard. Oh, hold on. I think my wife is cheating on me. Her name is Natalie. Okay. What's your name and address? Mr. Dealey, do you know what your wife looks like? Do you have a picture of her? Mr. Dealey, this is a picture of a goddamn polar expedition. That may not be necessary. I'll just set outside the house and tail her when she comes out. I assume she's the only woman in the house. All right, Mr. Dealey.
Fine. It was a start. It was something. It was a paying client. Maybe I could build up a trade off the wingdings and goofballs and dumbskis until my hearing came back. What the hell, maybe develop a specialized little rep. I was feeling half all right about the future as I headed back to the crib. It was getting dark, around 7 o'clock, end of the working day. I thought I saw another customer at the foot of the stairs who seemed to fit the new profile.
Sorry, I don't hear so good.
I knew what he said next, because I heard him say it.
I'm Pops Machetta. I just got back from Honolulu. Ray Scalese told me what you'd done.
I took one look at that gun and heard everything. All of a sudden, like when the refrigerator goes on in the middle of the night. To me, it was music. To me, it was Mozart. It felt good. Hearing. It felt so good, I just wanted to help the old bastard up.
My Johnny was a good boy.
Shapiro.